This also addresses the same issue of when it's the one, you say, yes, you are the one. But this is a Swedish story. There was a girl who lived on the hillside with her family, and it was her job to take the cattle out to pasture every day and bring them back every night. They lived on a hillside, kind of wild down. At the bottom was a mysterious river. They weren't sure where. Its origins were somewhere up the mountain, possibly in a spring with glints of gold and hints of another world out there somewhere. Well, the girl's job was to take the cattle out. And as the days grew longer, she would go higher and higher to pasture it. She preferred the wildness of the top of the mountain to the tame nature down by her house. The girl had strong legs and a strong heart. Well, one day she went back up the mountain to get the cattle and bring them home, and she couldn't find them. And she looked and looked and looked, and she left the path. And she came to a hillside. There were gates and there were doors. They were not locked, and she was not afraid. And she went in, and she was in a great cavern with heavy hangings. And in there was a table piled high with food, platters of sweets and bowls of savories, pitchers of mead wine, honey wine. And there was a bed, and on the bed was a big snake. And the snake said to her, "Eat if you choose. Drink if you choose. Come sit on the bed with me if you choose. But if you don't want to, you don't have to." She did nothing. Then the snake said, "People will be coming in. They will ask you to dance with them. Do not do that." Well, no sooner had he said it than people came in. They asked her to dance, and she said no, and she went home. The next day she went back up looking for the cattle. She left the path. She found the mountain. She found the gates again unlocked, and into the cavern there were more sweets and savories. There was that snake on the bed. "Eat if you choose. Drink if you choose. Come sit with me on the bed if you choose. People will be coming. Don't dance with them." People came, and she went home. The third day, she went back up that mountain, right to that door. In she went, and the snake said, "Eat if you choose," and she did. She sat down. Ooh, those sweets. Those savories. And he said, "Come sit on the bed with me if you choose." And she did. She was not afraid. And then he said, "Put your arms around me if you choose." And she was not afraid. He was so pleasant to the touch. And then he said, "Kiss me. But if you're afraid, put your apron between us." She was not afraid. And she kissed him. And you know what happened. You all had that backstory, right? He turned into a gorgeously handsome prince. And the story says they went off together and were never seen again. And I would assume that they lived happily ever after.